Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you for all of your support, all of your likes, all of your shares, all of your comments. If you are interested in a private reading, please just click on my website. I do have it linked below in the description bar. Lastly, I am on social media, so I am now on Facebook. If you're interested in liking my page on Facebook, please do. I am also on Instagram, and if you are interested in receiving a daily oracle guidance message, I do draw and upload a daily oracle guidance card every single day to my Instagram account. So if you're interested in that, then please head over and follow me on Instagram. Oh, and one last thing, for these general tarot forecasts, you should always be sure to watch not only your sun sign, but also your moon sign and your rising sign. If you happen to not know what your moon or rising sign are, I do have linked in the description bar below a website that actually can calculate that for you for free. So I wish you all a wonderful week. Just stay tuned for the reading. Hi Pisces, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of January 18th through the 24th. This is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising signs. So Pisces, let's get started. All right, Pisces, and I do have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I always take a look at the bottom of the deck just because Spirit always has a way of making the card at the bottom of the deck very significant. So the Five of Cups for me, it's not the overall energy and it's not here in the spread. So I just think that there's probably a lot of Pisces that maybe are looking at things a little pessimistically this week. This is, you know, a card that when it comes up, I normally tell my clients that, you know, that they're focusing on these three spilled cups here. You know, you need to really focus on these two cups behind you. Instead of looking at things like, you know, the cup as being half empty or the glass being half empty, you need to really look at it like it's half full. So you need to look on the brighter side this week, Pisces. I feel like you need to really be more optimistic. By looking at your other cards here, I don't want you to get nervous and think that, you know, you're going to get hurt or deal with some sadness. I don't think so. I just think you could maybe be dealing with some negative thoughts. But you, don't worry, have lots of reassurance here in this spread. This is actually pretty nice, pretty beautiful. You have the Star card here with the Temperance card right in a row. So to see that, it's rare and it's beautiful, because this is a lot of divine energy for me, Pisces. I don't see these cards come up too often side by side, and both of these cards really represent the divine for me. This is your angels, this is your spirit guides coming through in the reading. With the Star card, you know, this is beautiful, because if you are experiencing these negative thoughts or some sort of sadness this week, the Star comes in and she's offering you reassurance. She's letting you know that beautiful things are coming in for you. You just have to remain open and remain positive. Never give up faith, never give up hope. You know, you have your angels around you, guiding you and leading you towards, you know, better days and your destiny. So the overall energy for the entire week, Pisces, is actually the Four of Pentacles. So I think that you're just going to be conservative with your money. This is you saving your money more than you're spending it. So, you know, that's not a bad thing. This is you just being conservative this week. I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, we're starting out with the Hanged Man. And this could be, you know, this can be representing a period of suspense, something in your life not moving forward the way you would like. You know, it can be a feeling of being blocked or like things are not happening, feeling stuck. But with that, you know, we gain a lot of clarity, and when we come out of this period, we actually now have a fresh perspective. What's interesting, though, very interesting with this spread, is I actually have the Seven of Pentacles right next to the Hanged Man. And the Seven of Pentacles is, you know, a card that represents having to be patient, having to wait. And if I remember correctly, I think that your spread last week, I'm not sure if it was yours, Pisces, or maybe another sign, but I'm thinking it was yours, Pisces. That, you know, we had, I believe, the Seven of Pentacles in it last week. I just remember touching on something to do with having to be patient. And it's almost, I think I was, yes, I was feeling like you guys were really like sick of being patient. And now, again, this week, I have the Hanged Man next to the Seven of Pentacles. But, you know, the Seven of Pentacles can come up when, you know, you've planted the seeds here. You can see the discouragement on this man's face because it's just not the right time to harvest these pentacles. So this card represents having to wait for the exact right time. But this card can show its face when finally that time has come and you are about to reap the rewards for all of your hard work and your efforts. So this can simply represent, for some Pisces, this can still represent, you know, a feeling of having to wait for something, having to be patient. And then for other Pisces, because it's a general reading, this could be you actually, you know, seeing things differently, having a fresh perspective in regards to, you know, when things are going to come in for you. You know, this could be you understanding maybe things differently this week, just viewing things differently, having a fresh perspective. I know that there could be some Pisces that are experiencing a lack because I have underneath the Seven of Pentacles, I have the Five of Pentacles. So this can be you, you know, experiencing a lack of finances, a lack of, you know, support, a lack of security. For me, this can be a lack of just about anything. This can be you, you know, losing faith, which could very well be why we have the Star card here, because there could be some Pisces that are losing faith. They might feel left out in the cold. So there are maybe some Pisces that are feeling like this, but the card that I have directly next to the Five of Pentacles, which is looking at the Five of Pentacles, is the Six of Rods. So I feel like it's only a matter of time. You know, for those Pisces that, you know, I believe it was last week, and I'm not sure exactly, you know, the time frame of how long you've been waiting, but I do remember last week's reading, and now I have this again this week. So I feel like it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's, you know, and that's why we have the Star here, the Star card here, offering reassurance. And I also have the Six of Rods looking directly at the Five of Pentacles. You will be victorious. I'm just not sure, because it's a general reading, you know, Pisces, you're waiting for something. And of course, it's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like for the majority of you that you will be successful. This is you even maybe receiving some acknowledgement. This is you feeling proud of yourself. This is you being confident. You know, perhaps maybe you need to be more confident in regards to, you know, when things are, you know, when your, you know, rewards for your hard work and efforts are going to come in. You need to be more confident that it, you know, you will actually reap these rewards. Maybe you do need a fresh perspective. Maybe that's why the Hanged Man is here. Maybe you need to be more confident, have a fresh perspective in regards to, you know, you reaping these rewards. Because, you know, I have the Star here. Beautiful. This is the divine energy. This is your angels, your spirit guides, you know, with you. You know, but this is also here to let you know that beautiful things are coming in for you. It's just a matter of time. You have to remain open. You have to remain positive. Don't give up hope. You know, when we start to think negatively and we experience negative thoughts, it kind of confuses the universe, and it takes longer for things to come into us, you know, for our beautiful blessings to come in. So we just want to remain positive, you know, remain hopeful. And, you know, we also have the Temperance card here, another card for me that represents your angels and your spirit guides. But this also represents patience, moderation. So I think that, you know, your angels, Pisces, are telling you you have to be patient. You have to be patient. For some reason, it's on divine timing, I feel. And whatever's coming in for you, Pisces, it's going to be beautiful. It's just, I really feel like, you know, your guides and your angels are telling you you have to be patient for some reason. But whatever this is, whatever comes in for you, it's going to bring you a lot of healing. This is a card of healing. This is a card of you being emotionally balanced. You're going to be in a good place. Now, underneath the star, I have the Queen of Rods. So this could be your energy, or this could be like a fire sign person around you, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But it doesn't have to be. It can be anybody with the Queen of Rods characteristics. Anybody with her energy. She's fiery, she's passionate, she's creative. She's an optimistic woman, and she has a ton of energy. You know, so for some Pisces, because this is a general reading, this could be your energy towards the end of the week. You know, you're optimistic. Maybe you're looking at things differently, you know. Maybe you feel that, you know, it's definitely on divine timing, and that, you know, you do have to maybe just be a little bit more patient, but you will absolutely be successful. Maybe you just, you know, feel that energy more towards the end of the week. So for some Pisces, this could very well be your energy. And then for other Pisces, I feel like this could be someone else around you, because I do have the Queen of Rods with the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like towards the end of the week, you know, there could be some Pisces receiving something, because the Six of Pentacles is a generous energy. It represents giving and receiving. So, you know, there could be someone giving you something, someone being quite generous with you, Pisces. Now, for some of you, this can have something to do with something financially, because it's Pentacles. Or, you know, this could have something to do with the career, something to do with, you know, something in the physical realm. It doesn't always have to be, you know, money. It can be something else. But I feel like for some Pisces, this is either maybe you being very generous, maybe with the Queen of Rods person, or maybe this is just your energy and you're being very generous, or, you know, you could actually be receiving something, and it could be from a Queen of Rods. Or you could be receiving something and maybe it just, you know, puts you in a great mood, because she's a very optimistic, I see her as a very vibrant, happy woman. So I just feel like if this is your energy, you know, you're gonna be great. This is, you know, if you were having, you know, maybe some negative thoughts in the beginning of the week, it's definitely behind you. So, you know, and you know, I feel like you're balanced as well, because these two cards, to have Temperance directly on top of the Six of Pentacles, Pisces, these are two cards that represent balance. So I do feel like you're going to be balanced. And for many of you, you know, if you weren't emotionally balanced in the beginning of the week, I feel like towards the end, you're going to be very, very balanced towards the end of the week. And financially, I don't think, you know, I don't feel like you're really lacking the finances. I mean, some of you could be, because it's a general reading, but I feel like the majority of you, you know, you're in a good place. You're not in the poor house, but maybe you're not in the rich house either. To have the Four of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, these are all cards where you're okay. You're okay. You know, you have enough to be generous. You have enough. You're financially balanced. You have more than enough to give to those who need it more. So I'm not really feeling like it's going to be a bad week financially for you whatsoever. Let me pull you an additional guidance card, Pisces. All right, so please show me an additional message for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for this upcoming week? Please show me An additional message for Pisces. Pisces sun, moon, and rising signs. What does Pisces need to know? Pisces sun, moon, and rising signs. Pisces sun, moon, and rising. What does Pisces need to know? Please show me some additional guidance for Pisces. Additional guidance. All right, this card flipped out, so I'm going to take... I think that showed up on camera. The card completely flipped out. It like flipped out backwards, and ironically, Pisces, my goodness, it's the card of patience. My. And it says, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Wow. So you have now 3 cards of patience, Pisces. So the message is loud and clear from Spirit this week. And I don't feel like this is a bad thing. For some Pisces, I feel like this might be a little frustrated or frustrating. But I do feel like this is going to pay off. You know, good things come to those who wait. Just keep telling yourself that. I do feel like, you know, this is going to pay off for you. I really do. And it says, you know, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. You know, you might not be a student, but what it's saying is, you know, whatever maybe this is, you know, in regards to for you, Pisces, maybe now is a good time to kind of plan, look things up, do some research, things of that nature. You know, that's what this card could be implying, because, you know, very soon, I feel like for the majority of you Pisces, you know, things are gonna start to happen. Things are gonna really start to move forward, and you know, it's better. You're better off if you've gained that knowledge and you've done your research and you've planned things out. You're always better off. But I feel like, you know, good things come to those who wait. So you definitely have something nice coming to you, Pisces. But again, you know, patience is key right now. Okay. So overall, though, I still think it's a beautiful reading. I do hope you enjoyed it, Pisces, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.